Hello, Tamara Green here for A Course in Miracles 233. All right, let's open up the hips. Take your thumbs and place them at your lower back to create support. Feet are hip distance apart, and we're just slightly, pushing our hips forward. Actually, a little bit more than slightly. Push your hips forward and feel the stretch in the front of your hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then feel the stretch on one side of your hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle around to the other side and feel the stretch on the outside of the hip. That side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now rotate 5 times in each direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right. Now that we've opened up the hips, just one at a time, just shake your leg with all the energy that just kind of came to the surface. Shake that off. Okay. Good. Always good to open up those hips. Okay. 233. I give my life to God to guide today. Father, I give you all my thoughts today. I would have none of mine. In place of them, give me your own. I give you all my acts as well, that I may do your will instead of seeking goals which cannot be obtained and wasting time in vain imaginings. Today I come to you. I will step back and merely follow you. Be you the guide, and I the follower who questions not the wisdom of the infinite, nor love whose tenderness I cannot comprehend, but which is yet your perfect gift to me. Today we have one guide to lead us on, and as we walk together, we will give this day to him with no reserve at all. This is his day, and so is the day of countless gifts and mercies unto us. So 233 is I give my life to God to guide today. So I think I've mentioned that I'm also studying the Kabbalah. And one of the principles is not selfish, but selfless. And I've really been contemplating that principle. What does that look like? Selfless is God, is love, is peace. It is salvation. Selfless. Selfish is everything the ego will have you do. The ego will have you have some stinking thinking, have you protect yourself, defend yourself, attack what you don't agree with, believe in, split you off from God. Selfless, right? I often will see, when I'm maybe talking with a client and I'm zeroing in on why they have so much pain in their life. and I'm listening to them talk, but the image that I see are like two circles. And one circle is where all the arrows are pointing in, selfish. And the other circle is all the arrows are pointing out, and then a few are pointing in, right? So it's kind of a balance between out and in. Selfless. Because part of being selfless is we truly listen to ourselves and we take care of ourselves. We speak our truth. But at the same time, we're another way of saying it is we're receiving God's love, which is a very, very self-loving thing to do. There's no way that we can't genuinely fall in love with ourselves and who we really are, and receiving God's love. It's the same thing. So finding out who we really are and falling in love with ourselves is falling in love with God as well. But then also selfless in terms of we are sharing that love, we're giving that love, right? So as I'm sitting there and I'm listening, and I see how many times did the circle with all the arrows going in, selfish, selfish, selfish. And then comparing that, like how much focus is over here versus over here. And it's equaled to the amount of pain and suffering they have in their life. Fascinating. Fascinating. Right? Then they'll even talk about, I gave this and I gave that and I gave this and I gave that, but, I got nothing back. It's still a form of selfishness because that means that your giving was not free. It had, you had an attachment to get something back. And that's not what true giving really is. You just give it freely because you have an abundance of it flowing in your life and you give it because there's constant flow and you'll never not have that beautiful flow of love coming into your life, right? So I don't know. It's something that sometimes my mind works so crazy, but I see images a lot, and that's one of those images that I've seen quite a bit as I tune into people and what they're saying and what they're actually operating from, fear or love, right? And when we give our life to God, guess what? We have a very healthy balance. It's a very selfless, wonderful, peaceful, joyful life. Enjoy your practice today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.